Ryan Steinekert with Ashley Brown of the Rich Rebel football team. Coach, I appreciate your time today. Let's talk about last Friday's game at Duchesne. Your thoughts?
I thought defensively we were pretty good. Our offense hurt our defense at times by giving the ball up. But for the most part, our defense hung in there and did a good job of, I think we held them on 3 or 4 fourth downs. And, so the kids battled and they played hard. And, again, we struggled on offense.
I thought there was a critical 3 or 4 minute stretch at the end of the first half when you forced them to punt. You got the ball. You could have either scored or even if you'd run the clock out, gone into the half down 7-0, maybe 7-7, but instead they got it back and scored. What happened there?
They just ran basically 4 flies on us, and we over-adjusted to the one side, and the back side of that was wide open, and they hit the kid, and he scored. But like you said, we had our chances to do something on offense there to make sure that they didn't get the ball back, and we didn't do it. And then on 4th and 20, you'd hope that you could stop somebody, and we just didn't get it done, and Duchesne got it in the end zone there, and that was basically the turning point of the football game.
You have to give some credit to Duchesne, right? I mean, they just figured things out. They don't make a lot of mistakes. I don't think they turned it over. Well, they did have that one interception they threw that Kaysen picked off, but, man, they just play smart, play good.
Yeah, and that's when you face Duchesne, you can't turn it over because they're not getting very often. And, and we had way too many turnovers. And then offensively, we were way inconsistent again. We didn't block well. We had flashes where we were pretty good, and then we were back to the same old thing. We'd get 2 or 3 good plays and then a couple bad plays, and and that's been our struggle all year.
Your running game never really got going against Duchesne. You need to get it going this Friday against Layton Christian in must-win situation, Coach?
Oh, yeah. We got to win the next 2 games, and, Layton Christian's not going to be easy. They're coming off, I think, 3 wins in a row, so they're going to be playing with confidence. They're big and athletic, so, we got our hands full again, but somehow our kids have got to dig in, and they got to come here, which should help us, and it's homecoming, so hopefully that's an extra boost to them. But these next 2 wins are huge, and we need to win both of them. We're on the road in the playoffs.
That's the key right there, is not being on the road for that first round of the playoffs. The semifinals will be almost a home game down in Ogden. But Layton Christian, you mentioned the 3 wins in a row. One of those came against a team that you lost to, Kanab. What does Layton Christian do? What makes them tough?
They spread the ball out, and then they're just huge up front. Their offensive and defensive lines are big, so they try to control the line of scrimmage. And anytime you control the line of scrimmage, you give yourselves a good chance to win. So that's something that we got to make sure that we take care of those big guys up front, and we cannot turn the football over, and we got to be consistent on offense.
You touched on something Friday night after the game when we talked. You said you felt like your defense played good, but sometimes on offense it looks like they're almost taking a break. What do you do to change that this week in practice?
I told them that at halftime of the Duchesne game, and I told them that after the game. And, they just got to realize that both sides of the ball, well, all aspects of the football game are important, special teams, offense, defense. And, and I think sometimes there's points that they're resting in one of those phases of the game other than defense, and that's got to change. They got 2 games left before the playoffs, and hopefully they're excited, and hopefully they keep their heads up and we just keep battling.
It seems strange to think you could host a first-round game at you would be 3-6 if you win these next 2 weeks, but that's the situation you're in. And what else you need to do to beat Layton Christian and earn that home win? Of course, beat Altamont as well, but earn that first-round home game.
We have to be able to run the football. Like I say, they're huge up front. They're going to be hard to move, but we're going to have to fire off the football and use the quickness that we have over them on the line. And, if we'll do that and seal our butts, hopefully there's some gaps that we can run through. And then when opportunities present themselves, we got to make plays. And that's something that's hurt us all year long, whether it's offense, defense, special teams. When there's a play to be made, somebody's got to make it.
Ashley Brown of the Rich Rebels, thanks so much for your time. Good luck this Friday against Layton Christian.
Okay, thank you.